Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says she plans to use the broad and extensive authorities of her position to follow through on the president's promises on border security. On Face the Nation yesterday, she talked with Margaret Brennan about what Mexico and Canada can do to address the situation at the border and to avoid tariffs.
We really are hoping for even better partnerships. We need access to their criminal background system so that we know when someone crosses that northern border, who they are, why they're in our country, and who they may be partnering with. We also need them to work with us on identifying packages, technology investments. Canada has said they will do that. We just want to see them actually do it. In the past, promises have been made by both Mexico and Canada that they didn't follow through on.
For more on this, let's bring in CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes. Nancy, good morning to you. What else did Secretary Noem say about enforcing the president's immigration plans, especially when it comes to people leaking information within her department?
Good morning, Errol. Yes, she said that they are going to continue polygraphing anyone within the Department of Homeland Security that is suspected of leaking plans about upcoming immigration raids. We know that some of these polygraphs have already taken place. They're not typically admissible in a court of law, but nevertheless, Secretary Noem said that they are going to continue to use the practice in order to root out anyone who might be sharing information with the media or with anyone else having to do with upcoming raids. She also confirmed that this new administration policy bringing back the detention of migrant families that are facing deportation is going to go into effect, that there are locations that have been set up in Texas in particular to house those families, not to separate them necessarily, but to house them together before they are sent back to Mexico or wherever it is that they came from in South America. Margaret Brennan pointed out after Secretary Noem said, these families always have a choice about whether to do this or not. And Margaret Brennan said, well, the children don't necessarily have a choice. And she said they always do have a choice. So this is something that that the Biden administration did not do, but that was originally instituted by the Obama administration. So it's something that both Democratic and Republican administrations in the past have leaned on, and the Trump administration is bringing it back.
And on the polygraph tests, you accurately note they're not admissible in court because of the inconsistencies that they have with monitoring the body's certain heart rate. Let me ask you also about the president, because he spoke about the disagreements that lawmakers have had with Elon Musk over cuts being made to federal agencies by DOJ. Let's just briefly play what the president said.
I think they have a fantastic relationship to Elon. And DOJ has been incredible. You know, hundreds of billions of dollars of waste and fraud and abuse has been already found. And that doesn't mean they don't have a little bit of an argument here and there about something, or maybe personnel arguments.
And Nancy, we're also being told at CBS News that NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, is preparing for additional job cuts this week. What are you hearing about all of that?
Right. So NOAA had already laid off or let go about 900 staffers, and now they are preparing, according to documents that CBS News has reviewed, preparing to let go another 1,100 employees, which would amount to about 20% of the workforce in all. This is all part of a response to the Office of Personnel Management and the Office of Management and Budget requiring every agency to get back to them by March 13th, the end of this week, with a plan for reducing personnel. And this is NOAA's plan. And there are many scientists who are concerned that cutting NOAA by this many workers is going to have an impact on weather forecasts. It's going to have an impact on hurricane season. It's going to have an impact on monitoring climate change and the adverse effects of climate change. And so they're worried about imposing cuts this deep, this fast. This is what NOAA is proposing to do.
All right, Nancy Cordes with the latest for us from our Washington bureau. Nancy, thank you.